Trying to time the Seattle or Eastside real estate market just right? We have all been there. And as we step into 2026, one thing is clear. Seattle, Bellevue, and the Eastside are not the same markets we were dealing with 2, 3, or even 5 years ago. The region has always moved to its own rhythm, shaped by world-class tech, aerospace, healthcare, waves of incoming residents, and lifestyle trends that show up here faster than almost anywhere else in the country. But now we are entering an entirely new phase. Prices aren't skyrocketing, but they are not collapsing either. Suburbs are growing faster than expected. Renters are influencing demand. Major employers are restructuring. And new immigration policies are reshaping who can move here and how that affects our housing supply. So if you are thinking about buying, selling, or investing in Seattle, Bellevue, or anywhere on the east side this year, you cannot rely on last year's assumptions. You need to understand the story behind the numbers. And that's exactly what today's video is all about. We are breaking down the trends that matter most for 2026, why moderate price growth is actually a sign of strength, which Seattle and Eastside suburbs are poised to become the next major growth corridors, how layoffs and immigration policies are reshaping demand without causing a crash, and how rising rental demand is creating big opportunities for local investors and homeowners. I'm Neelam Singh, your Seattle, Bellevue, and Eastside real estate advisor. My job is simple: give you clarity and strategy so you can make confident, profitable decisions without relying on hype or fear. If Seattle or Eastside real estate is anywhere on your radar this year, you are in the right place. Let's go into it. As 2026 begins, the Seattle, Bellevue, Eastside corridor remains one of the most resilient and economically driven housing region in the United States. Here's what the landscape looks like right now. Inventory has improved significantly compared to the frenzy years. Price appreciation has normalized into a healthy, sustainable range. Bidding wars have cooled, especially in Seattle condos and mid-tier homes. Sellers remain strong thanks to long-term equity and high demand in core Eastside suburbs. And rental demand across King and Snohomish counties is surging. Economist Matthew Gardner, one of the most trusted voices in the Northwest, describes our region as entering a phase of moderate but stable growth. Not a downturn, not a boom, a normalization. And that is very healthy. He predicts continued positive price appreciation in King, Snohomish, and Pierce counties at level far more sustainable than the rapid gains of 2021 to 2023. A stable market is a smart market. It is where informed buyers win and where all prepared sellers stand out. What's happening heading into 2026 is something Seattle and the East Side haven't seen in years. Predictability. Yes, predictability. Most economists expect home prices in 2026 to grow in the range of 2 to 4%, depending on the city and property type. That may sound modest, but it's extremely healthy. Here's what's driving this trend across Seattle, Bellevue, Kirkland, Redmond, and surrounding areas. Inventory is higher than it was during peak years, but still well below oversupply. The job market continues to support high-earning households. Domestic migration from California, New York, Oregon, and Texas remains strong. Years of construction shortages keep supply tight. Rising rental demand is pushing investors back into the market. For buyers, you now have more negotiating power and more options. For sellers, home still sells, but strategy, pricing, and presentation matter again. For investors, this environment rewards thoughtful timing, smart markets, and long-term holds. Local tech-focused Amazon, Microsoft, Bellevue corridor. One of the top questions I get as we enter 2026, will the Amazon and Microsoft layoffs cause a housing downturn in Seattle or on the east side? The short answer, no, not in a structural way. Yes, Amazon's 2025 restructuring impacted thousands globally, with a few thousand in Washington, but experts like analyst Danny Greco point out that these cuts were a very small fraction of the overall tech force. Even more important, many laid-off employees were rehired quickly within tech world. Amazon and Microsoft are still expanding in AI, cloud, and robotics. Boeing, biotech, aerospace suppliers, healthcare system, and startups are all hiring. And the Seattle-Bellevue job corridor remains one of the most skilled labor markets in the nation. Here's how this played out. Seattle condos and high-end rentals slowed first. Single-family homes in top school districts stayed strong. East Side market, Bellevue, Kirkland, Redmond, Sammamish continued outperforming. Snohomish County absorbed demand from buyers priced out of King County. Layoffs influenced sentiment, not fundamentals. and fundamentals still overwhelmingly support long-term strength. Immigration policy is one of the most misunderstood forces shaping Seattle and Eastside real estate in 2026. In the late 2025, the federal government ruled out much stricter rules around high-skill visas like the H-1B. Economists at the Peterson Institute warned these changes could limit the inflow of highly skilled workers who drive innovation in tech, engineering, biotech, and even construction. Matthew Gardner also highlights immigrants make up to 31% of the U.S. construction labor force. Restricting this workforce could slow new housing supply. Lower supply equates to continued price support, even if demand softens temporarily. But here's the counterbalance. Domestic migration is incredibly strong. Washington, and especially Seattle and the Eastside, is still attracting remote tech workers relocating from California, families seeking top skills and suburban lifestyle, retirees moving into region, international investors looking for stability. Professionals who left during the pandemic are now returning. So what does 2026 look like? Net immigration remains positive, just more domestic than international. Demand remains strong in our core areas: Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland, Sammamish, Issaquah, Bothell, Mill Creek, Linwood, North Seattle, Everett, Lake Stevens, and Millersville. Immigration policy affects the pace of growth, not the underlying direction. And in many cases, it could keep supply tight, supporting prices. The suburban expansion that started in 2020 isn't fading, it's maturing. Here's where the strongest demand and performances are expected in 2026. King County suburbs: Redmond, Microsoft plus light rail, major demand. Kirkland, walkable, high-income, lifestyle-focused. Sammamish, extremely limited supply plus top skills. Bellevue, still the region's most stable luxury market. Snohomish County, Bothell, biotech plus Eastside overflow. Linwood, huge lift from light rail. Mill Creek, competitive, family-focused community. Everett, Lake Stevens, Marysville, affordability plus space, booming interest. Suburbs win because they offer more space, better school, lower price per square foot, great rental demand, flexible commuting options, and a lifestyle buyers are prioritizing in 2026. This is where long-term opportunity lives. With affordability still tight and mortgage rates still into mid-range stability, more people are choosing or needing to rent longer. Across Seattle, Bellevue, and the Eastside, rental demand is rising due to delayed homeownership among millennia, tech and biotech relocations, post-layoff career transitions, immigration-related delays, very low vacancy in most suburban areas. What this means? Investors, excellent cash flow plus long-term appreciation. Homeowners, ADUs and investment opportunities are more valuable. Renters, competition will be strongest in school district and transit-like neighborhoods. In 2026, owning a rental or adding an ADU is one of the smartest long-term strategies. Key metrics to watch for: inventory levels, days on market, seller concessions, new job announcements, immigration policy updates, rental vacancy rates, mortgage trends. Action plan for buyers: prioritize value plus location. Use concessions to reduce payments. Explore strong suburban markets. Get pre-approved early. Action plan for sellers: price realistically, stage and prepare thoroughly, expect negotiation, leverage equity strategically. Action plan for investors: focus on transit-linked suburbs. Consider ADUs or multifamilies. Think 7 to 10 year horizon. Take advantage of high rental demand. So here's the bottom line: Seattle, Bellevue, and the Eastside aren't heading for a boom or a crash in 2026. We are entering a market defined by balance, strategy, and opportunity. Layoffs, immigration shifts, suburban growth, and steady price appreciation are creating a new landscape, one where informed decisions matter more than ever. If you are buying, selling, or investing this year and want a clear, expert-backed plan tailored to your goal, I'm here to help you. Use the link below to schedule your free 2026 market check consultation, and I will create a personalized strategy based on your timing and your neighborhood. And don't forget to download your 2026 Housing Forecast Guide. It's completely free and packed with insight I could not fit into this video. Drop your questions in the comment. I respond personally and love helping you navigate the market with confidence. If this breakdown helped you, please like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell so you never miss the deep dives I have coming your way this year. I'm Neelam Singh, your Seattle, Bellevue, and Eastside real estate advisor. Here's to a smart, strategic, and successful 2026. I'll see you in the next one.